Hello and welcome to English 145. I'm Lisa Phillips, your instructor, and the purpose of this video is to give you a brief walkthrough of Reggienet, the new content management system that Illinois State is using. And I wanted to give you some basic guidelines so you, if you aren't comfortable asking in class or if you wanted to go through it on your own, that you had the opportunity to do that. So the first thing you do, of course, is you log in iCampus, and then you click on the Academics tab. And once you click on the Academics tab, you're going to go to the right-hand side, and you're going to scroll down until you see the Reggienet section. Then you're going to click on our course, which is Writing in the Academic Disciplines, English 145. After you click on that, you're going to see the home page, basically. So what I want you to do is kind of familiarize yourself with some of the features that you see. So the things that we're going to use most are modules, the gradebook, the calendar is going to be useful to you, materials and resources, less so because a lot of that material will be duplicated in modules, and you'll use test and quizzes, file drop, and blogs. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is switch this into student mode so you can see, hopefully you'll be seeing the same things in this mode as I do right now. Okay, so the first thing, of course, is the syllabus. When you click on the syllabus link, it gives you access to a Word document that I've created that has information about contact, the projects we're going to be doing, and it looks like this. So this is our course syllabus. Again, I'm Lisa Phillips, your instructor. My office is in Stevenson 421L. That's on the 4th floor of the building where we'll be meeting. My office hours are just before class and by appointment. So if that time isn't convenient for you, just let me know. The best way to reach me, absolute best way, is by email at my L2 account. Always make sure that you put English 145 in the subject line so I know what class it is, because I get a lot of email and I don't want to lose yours. We're going to be meeting in Stevenson 221A on the 2nd floor. I love this room. I think it's a great room, really good for group work and collaboration, which we're going to do some of this semester. I have the course description, format, your Bill of Rights and Responsibilities, how I feel about writing and teaching, texts, although we're going to discuss that, online requirements. Clearly you have to have access to the internet, to Reggienet, course policies, professional conduct, attendance, for example, late work, the standard acknowledgement of plagiarism. Basically, I don't want you to borrow something without giving credit, because one of the things that academics do is they write a lot of stuff and they don't get paid a lot for it. They get credit. So basically, I want you to be honest about what you do. There are accommodations and services, so if you have a disability, I cannot ask you about that. You need to talk to Disability Concerns at Fell Hall. There are also counseling services. And a lot of times I think, we don't acknowledge that students, and I'm a student as well, that we get overwhelmed sometimes and stressed. And there are counseling services that your fees pay for. You should take advantage of those if you need them. I'm not going to be able to ask you questions about that, but I will certainly help you if you need it. This is about grading and assessment. You're going to have presentation and participation as part of your grade. So of course this is not an online class, although I do use online resources. You're going to have 3 major project packets, which I'll explain in detail when the time comes. You're going to have a writer's blog and quizzes. Coursework specifics, these are just basic project descriptions, and you can look at all of these things on your own time. The other thing that I will ask is that everyone needs to go to the Julie Advisor Center. Assuming that you want to have something revised, I will be happy to revise 1 grade on 1 project, 1 time. assuming that you go to the Visor Center and you get somebody else to proof it. Then what I do is I will average the two grades, so the original grade with the revised grade. So you do have an opportunity, if you just have a horrible experience with one project and you don't get the grade you want, you can revise it. So those are some kind of basic guidelines. I will also ask if you would be willing to share your information. I'll print this out and you can sign it, and I love to be able to use student examples in future courses, because students really like to see what other students do, and that's really helpful both to you. It gives you kind of an accolade for the work that you've done, like I said, as far as credit, and it also gives students a guideline, and that's really helpful. Okay, so the other things that we're going to use in Reggienet, the course calendar is going to be useful to you. I have most of your assignments, if not all of them. I'll try to be very diligent about that. A little tag by day. So depending on what's due, I have different examples, and you can click on those and it'll give you the details of what you need to do. So quizzes, for example, are available in tests and quizzes. If there's module work, I'll indicate that. So for example, the first week of class, we are going to have a couple things for you to just kind of test out Reggienet and see how it works. There's tests and quizzes, just a survey, so you can have a low stakes interface with this. There's a quiz available. You'll need to take it by Friday. So I try to have these things updated as frequently as I can. I like to look at the calendar by month. That's easier for me. You can do whatever works for you. You can modify it however you want. We'll also be using blogs in Reggienet. So again, the primary things that we're going to be using are modules, tests and quizzes, blogs, and file drop. File drop is where you will submit assignments to me. And the way file drop works, I want to make sure I'm in student mode. Yes. File drop, each student has a folder. I didn't want to show everybody's folder because that's private information. I can add files, so I can say I want to upload a file. If I choose a file, it'll be something that's on my desktop. So this just kind of gives you an idea. I have my son's electricity project. I can choose that, upload it. When I upload the file, and this is just a demonstration so you see how it works, it's right there in my Dropbox. I don't want it to be there, so I'm going to remove it. And it always gives you a fail-safe to let you know. Okay? The other thing that we're going to be doing is every Monday before class, you're going to have a blog due. I have on my blog specific indications of what I want you to do. Okay? So that gives you a general guideline of what my expectations are, and you'll be able to read those again on your own time. You will also have to read them in class occasionally. I'll have a 20-sided die that I'll roll. So of course we have only 18 students in the class. Sometimes nobody will read, but it's just up to the roll of dice. So each of you will be assigned a number, and I will ask you to read those out loud in class. This is not to be punitive or to embarrass you. It's to make sure that you do the reading. I find that when I'm in classes, if I don't have some kind of incentive, that sometimes I don't always get things done. And this is a way to ensure that we do that. The other thing, every Wednesday, you will have a short quiz on a reading that I have assigned for Wednesday's class. Right now, I don't show anything. You don't see anything because I'm in student view. These are time released, so I don't want to overwhelm you with all the information. I've set them on a schedule for each week. New modules are always released on Thursday for the following week, so you will always have the weekend to review information before Monday's class, for example, and almost a full week before Wednesday's class. So if I go back to the teaching, the instructor mode, you can see what those look like. Okay, so like I said, we're going to have the trial run. The quiz one is going to be Inventing the University. It's going to be on that reading. Those readings are always going to be available in the modules. Okay, and the way the modules work, again, I'm in instructor mode so you can see all the information because it's time released. I don't want to overwhelm you. There'll always be actions here. If you see actions, that indicates what you need to do next. Okay, so if there's a quiz to be taken, for example, reading 3, David Bartholomew's Inventing the University, there's going to be a short quiz. Quizzes will only consist of 10 questions, but they are direct questions from the text, so you need to read carefully and thoroughly to be able to do well on those. Tests and quizzes and blogs are worth 5 points each. They aren't extensive, but they do add up. So I have a few weeks where they are extra credit. That's a way for you to build up some points if you're disappointed with some of the results of some of your major projects. You do have extra credit points and extra credit opportunities, and I folded them into this so you can also, if you're just having a ghastly week and you're behind a little bit, you don't always have to submit something. So hopefully that helps kind of give you a general guideline. So I'm going to switch this back to student mode. I have some resources here for you also. There are some resources and materials. I put some things in there. Student guides. If you have an image that you want to upload, you need to put it into student image files and then refer to that. That's about the only way that you can have, that's the easiest way for you to have access to image files. I have rubrics, some videos, additional things that will be useful for you in there. But most of that stuff is going to be, most of the things that you'll need are in modules. I think that the only thing I haven't covered is the gradebook. And the way the gradebook works is if you have any experience with Blackboard, it's a little bit like Blackboard. I actually like the gradebook in Reggienet a little bit better. You have, and of course I'm in student mode because I don't want to show anybody's information, but you have week 1 blog. I'll give you the grade for it, and then you'll be able to kind of keep track of where you are throughout the semester. I don't have everything in here yet. For example, there's quiz 1. I have to modify this a little bit, but you'll be able to get your grades. And if you have any questions about grades, always feel free to come to me. I can't send information via email on quizzes, but you can always come to me in my office hours or make an appointment to see me. Okay? So hopefully that gives you a little bit of information about Reggienet. I am going to use that exclusively instead of having you go to several different sites. And there's a link to Milner Library. So hopefully that gives you kind of a general overview of Reggienet, and I look forward to meeting you in class and to helping you throughout the semester. Thank you. Bye.